Life Management Science Labs would like to acknowledge that we live and produce this podcast on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands of our listeners and our international colleagues. We'd like to thank and pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Hi everyone, and welcome to On the House, the Household Management Science Insights podcast, produced by LMSL, the Life Management Science Labs. We are champions of life management science, providing structured insights informed by science and inspired by practice on key aspects of conscious living. Each week we bring you scientific and practical insights on each element, with expert knowledge from professionals in the field. I'm your host, Gabriella Joustra, coming to you from Dunham, Melbourne, Australia. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Gabriella Joustra, host of On the House, the Household Management Science Insights podcast, produced by LMSL, the Life Management Science Labs. So far on the podcast, we've had 8 different guests, and they've talked about topics ranging from home energy management to kitchen equipment and to food safety. So in these episodes, the experts have talked about their habits and their practices that they do in their own lives and in their own homes to keep everything running smoothly. And so I thought I'd share some of the suggestions that they've given me so you can do them in your own home. So in episode 1, I talked to Peter Wright, who is a board member for World Chefs and a sports nutritionist, and we talked about food safety at home. So he talked about the importance of washing your hands when you come home, before you cook, when you're cooking, and also, of course, after the bathroom, because it helps to prevent foodborne illnesses. So he also talked about his passion for nutrition. And he said that one of the best ways to get into a habit is to just plan 1 meal a week, move on to 2, and before you know it, you've got a repertoire of many meals that you can make every day of the week. He also said that, when you're cooking a meal, don't let the missing ingredients stop you, but you should, experiment and make some substitutions. Something I really liked about this episode was, despite learning some not great things that I was doing, I also, learned some things that I could do to improve everything so I can feel more confident in what I'm eating. And that's a real benefit. For the second episode, I spoke to Jessica Harrison, who is a sustainability professional, and she came into the studio to talk about sustainability at home. So we talked about how to improve sustainability at home and how we can reduce our eco footprint to help to, stop to reduce our impact on the planet as well. So she suggests to a few things like bringing your own bags when you go shopping and avoiding packaging when possible, and when not possible, recycling or reusing. So some other ways you can be more sustainable is to be a bit more mindful about when you're using your heating and cooling and only using it when you need to, putting a jumper on maybe, or taking off a layer if that's a bit better. She also said you can use grey water safe products and to shop from small local businesses. Also that meal prepping can help you to avoid some of the food that you buy going to waste, and also to stop you from eating out and collecting all those plastic containers. So I thought this was another thing that she said was really interesting was you obviously don't have to do everything in one go. Build up what you learn as you go. So, start off by bringing your bags to the supermarket rather than using plastic, and then move on to, bringing your own jars and reusing those rather than trying to do everything in one go. So I thought that was really great. And also, if you fail one day you forget to bring your bags to the supermarket, it's okay. We're all trying our best. For episode 3, I spoke to Lehmann, who is a waste and sustainability coordinator. And for the 3rd episode, we talked about waste management. So something she has in her own kitchen to make her and her family lives easier is she has a waste sorting station. So she can, instead of, trying to sort out her rubbish as at the end of the day, she, knows that this box has jars, this box has plastics, and this bowl here is for composting. So this helps to reduce the amount of time that she spends sorting her rubbish, and also reduces the amount that goes to landfill, so more can be recycled. And it's just easier for her. So obviously, different countries, different councils, different governments have different requirements for recycling and everything. So the best way is to actually check your government website or your local council website to see what they do collect, what they don't collect, and if they've got any suggestions to help you in your specific area. She also said that you should find a collection point for your batteries and light bulbs, as they definitely shouldn't go to landfill. For episode 4, I spoke to Louise Dunham, who is the CEO of Placement Solutions, which is a nanny and household management placement company. And we talked about the role of household managers. So one thing that she does herself and that she's taught her grandson is the importance of making the bed every morning, because it just makes the room feel so much bigger and more calm. And I quote, "Because if I'm going to have a good day, it's made even better by the fact that I've made my bed. And if I've had a bad day, then at least I've made my bed," which I think is just a lovely sentiment and something I should do more often. So in the 5th episode, I talked about kitchen equipment with Sharon Franke, who is a journalist and product tester specializing in kitchen equipment. So the first thing that she does whenever she's cooking is to wash her vegetables and to dry them using either a colander or a salad spinner. Now, she said that the most important rule when you're purchasing kitchen equipment is to buy things that you will use rather than buying something in the hopes that it will make you use them. For example, you buy a salad spinner, so you hope that you'll eat more lettuce. But if you don't eat lettuce, you don't need a salad spinner. So purchasing what you need. Another suggestion she has is to clean up as you go, so you have more space to work, and also it makes cleanup at the end a lot easier and a lot quicker. So in episode 6, I spoke to Jan Joustra, who is a former lecturer of textiles and design, and he's also my dad. And we talked about laundry. So he had some great suggestions. I learned a few things, but not too many, because he's already taught me so much. So he did say that you should wash your tea towels in hot water to get rid of grease, but everything else, or most other things, can be washed with cold water, which is better for the environment, better for your electricity bills, and it will also help your clothes to stop shrinking. He also suggests putting your clothes away immediately after ironing, just because you're already doing that already, and it's just easier than having them pile up in a spot and not being able to find anything. So in episode 7, I talked to Shawn McLaughlin, who is the founder and CEO of Emporia Energy, and we talked about smart energy management. He says that you don't actually need to have a habit if you have a smart energy management system, because it does everything for you. It will figure out what you use and what you don't, and reduce and manage your energy costs for you. And in episode 8, I talked to Hannah Carmichael, who is the director and co-founder of the Living Well Alone project, about the practicalities of living alone. So one thing that she does every day is she does yoga every morning, which will help to start her day and to get her body moving. She finds that it's a good time to think about what she's going to be doing that day and prioritize. And she also finds it really relaxing. So after talking to all these experts about how they improve their own lives and manage their own lives, I thought I would try a few of them. Specifically, I was inspired by Jessica Harrison and learning about my ecological footprint. So I decided to see if there were some things that I could do to help to reduce my impact on the environment, and to reduce my eco footprint on the WWF website. So if you want to know what these things are, I'm actually going to be making a vlog to track what I'm doing. So it's going to be over a month to try and to really get these habits cemented in my daily routine. So if you want to follow over the weeks, make sure to follow our YouTube channel, which is the Household Management Science Labs YouTube channel. And we'll be posting a video every week for 4 weeks, starting next week. So stay tuned for the journey. You've been listening to On the House, produced by the Household Management Science Labs, a division of LMSL, the Life Management Science Labs. More episodes like this from across 10 life management perspectives can be found by searching LMSL on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, and any other podcasting apps available on your smart devices. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider rating, sharing, and subscribing to our channel, as it helps other people to find it so we can grow and continue to bring you quality resources. More of our work can be found on our website, hm.lmsl.net, where you can join our movement. I'm Gabriella Joustra. Thanks for tuning in.